Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Snow Clearing 2024-25. We got about 10 centimeters, which I think is about 3.5 inches, 4 inches of snow. We're just going to use the BX and start clearing. If you're new to the channel, I have a 2021 BX23s with the BX2822A heavy-duty snowblower, front-mounted, with the K-Connect series. So we're just going to start it up. Give the glow plugs a bit of a cook. There we go. While that's warming up, I just usually take the shovel and I do in front of the shop doors and in front of the garage door, so I don't have to get too close to the walls with the tractor and the box blade that I use. And then I'll do the front step while that's warming up. And then what I usually do is I do a couple runs in front of the house and the shop, and then I start blowing the snow onto the front lawn and then all the snow onto the side lawns here. And then I usually go across the front. Windy and cold. So this is officially our first snowstorm of the winter. We just recently took off the front end loader, or the FEL for you in the know. But we're just gonna grab the shovel and the tripod. Let's go get to clearing. It's gotten really heavy. It's warmed up a bit, so this is really heavy snow. We'll just put you up here. I would really like to get a angled blade, because this is filling up with snow. And I'd like it to not do that. All right, let's go. let's just give the people at home a little bit of a refresher on how you snowblow with a PTO driven device. The BX23s uses the mid-mount PTO shaft, so it has to be in the mid-mount section, not the rear and the mid-mount, and not the rear. It has to be the mid. You want to start in the off position, so it's free floating, and when you're ready to engage the PTO, keep your RPMs as low as possible. You don't want your PTO to be running at high speed when you engage it. So idle down to low idle, then you engage your PTO slowly until it locks. Then you can increase your PTO to the maximum, which on this tractor it's 540 RPM. And they give you a small little 540 section. You want to make sure you're riding in that range as much as you can. With heavy snow, there's a chance that your snowblower will bog down your engine. You create a lot more soot and it'll put more strain on the engine. So when it's hitting those deep, wet snow, and you see your engine bogging down, just slow down a bit and let it clear the snow out of the chute properly, and you'll have a much easier time with a lot less wear on your equipment. The other thing that I do, I will air down my tires just a bit, a few PSI, to get a bit more ground connection, because I'm not carrying heavy loads, so I want some good traction. I find that the R4 tires that I use, the industrial ones, are great. I don't have any trouble with traction in any of this. Plus, when I do the trails on the wood chip road and behind the property, no trouble no matter how deep the snow is. It's fantastic. Sometimes I have to engage the rear differential lock, and that's done by this. And I have a few videos on how to engage that. You want to be very careful when engaging that and do it while you're stopped. Just kind of feather it a bit until it actually locks in, because there's some pins that lock into a ring gear. And they're prone to breaking if you do it with too high RPM or your tractor's moving too much. You'll break those, so don't do that. So let's get to starting on the rest of this driveway. The way I usually do this is I'll clear a section in front of the house so that I can drive around and back up without having to hit the garage doors. So you'll see I've made a nice big path here. That will give me enough space to back up the tractor and then blow it out. Now, also take into consideration the wind direction. The wind is blowing from the north to the south. So if I'm blowing all my snow to the north, it's always coming back in my face. So what I'll be doing today is I'll be working on this side of the driveway first, clearing up, shooting it all the way this way, and that way I don't have to worry about the snow in my face as much. You cab people are lucky. The other thing that's very important, this snowblower can shoot snow 40 to 50 feet away. I'm not joking. You also have to worry about power lines. So this is my main power line coming in the house, and I can throw snow up and into it. So you want to be very careful that you're not shooting heavy snow into your power lines or your internet lines, because you will break them. So as usual, be very cognizant of your surroundings and just go have some fun. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to start making my passes up. So I'll put you in here. Just like that. And I'll do some time lapse for you, add some nice music, and we'll just start clearing this driveway real quick. So just as we're going along here, because of the way my driveway is shaped, I'm now going to run this way and clear out a bunch of the longer sections because I'm already at the limit of my side driveway there. But I just wanted to talk to you quickly about how I control my shoot and my deflection. As with most snowblowers with the K-Connect, I have the up and down controlled by my controller stick, and I have my shoot rotation controlled as well by the hydraulics here. But I have a car wiper motor that is controlling the shoot deflection, and that is an electrical switch that runs along here, connected with a Deutsch connector, so it's really waterproof. I really like that. Skirts under the deck, up through the control module, and onto this box. What I love about this is this allows me at the same time to control my shoot rotation left and right, my snowblower up and down with float mode, but it also allows me to control my up and down of the shoot deflection at the same time. I don't have a button switch on my control stick to divert the fluid to control that, which means on the fly I can rotate and change the direction, which is fantastic because the wind blows here and it changes direction depending on how close I am to the houses, because right now it's coming up from the south now. So it allows me to quickly adjust it down so I don't hit the power lines, or up if I need to get it further on the property. So that's really helpful. I also found that because the snow is really, really thick right now, that if you can run it with your high RPM, it kind of chews it up more, but you'll see that it starts to push a big pile of it until it clumps enough that it actually catches. So let's see if it does that for you. And of course, showing off, I've covered the camera with snow. Not the first time, won't be the last. The other thing that I do is I keep it in float mode as much as I can. You do have the ability to push forward and have a really dig in, and I usually do that when it gets really compacted and frozen and I want to scrape off any of like the hard pack like that. I have the shoes set to its highest position, which means I'm getting the most scraping I can. So now I'm just going to do a run cleanup along the edge of the property and a bit at the top of the driveway, and then what I usually do is I open up the two gate doors and do in there, because that's how our dogs get to the dog run. Let's take you mobile. Glad that didn't fall in the auger. Alright, so that didn't work really well. I'm going to come up with some other way of showing direct on views, but what can I tell you? I'm going to clean out the chute and the auger because I don't want that salty stones to get in there. That's kind of why I really wanted to have a rear angled blade, is to be able to clean up the muck at the top of the driveway without shooting it all through the snowblower. But I was looking online, I just couldn't find them this year. The other thing is I am running in 4 low. So I have all this to clear up. There's a big snow drift here. It usually happens. And I just usually blow it out there so that we have room to get the dogs in and out. Let's take this off so it doesn't spear anyone, namely me. Alright, so that's the first snowfall clearing of the season. Let me know if there's any questions you have about the BX and how it handles and how it does. I'm 5 years into this and it's fantastic. I will clean up, kind of brush everything off. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. We're pushing to get to 3,000 subscribers. If you don't mind and you find this content appealing and helpful or entertaining, maybe share with some friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.